Hello, I'm Bill Perry, and today is Ash Wednesday. We are reminded of our own mortality. Dust thou art, and to dust thou shalt return. You know, the ashes and all. It's Today's a reminder of our own mortality, and it begins Lent. And we shall make the 40 days of Lent. And at the other end of Lent, April 4th, we will celebrate the good news of the risen Christ. Let me set it up. When I was in the Navy, at 27 and a half years in the Navy, and of those 13 of those years, I would go to Hollywood twice a year to record 3 months worth of radio programs, would go out and make 26 trips. And during that time, when I go out and do the 3 months worth of radio each trip, I would, if you were famous, I probably interviewed you back during that time. But then after 26 trips, I just got tired of it, and so I stopped. So I tell you that in order to tell you this. Robert Goulet and I are sitting on his yacht down at Marina Del Rey, and he's making dinner for us. Soup, nothing special. But he's making dinner, and he's at the stove, and he's stirring and whatever, and we're just talking. And he said, he says, Carol Lawrence. He says, Carol's been taking our boys to Bel Air Presbyterian Church, and I just haven't gone with them. I just haven't wanted to. And so the minister came over, a guy named Don Mumaw. And Don Mumaw was he was a linebacker for UCLA. So he's a big guy, and he was drafted #1, but he wanted to be a pastor rather than be a linebacker in the NFL. He had good taste. And so Mumaw comes over to Goulet's house, and they're sitting there at this dining room table. I tell you, the dining room table was the size of a hockey rink, and it was highly polished mahogany. It was gorgeous. And so they're sitting around the table, and Mumaw says to Goulet, Bob, I'd like to invite you to join Carol and the boys and come to church. And Goulet says, Don, look, I'm glad Carol and the boys are going, but this is frankly just not for me. And he said, his eyes got wide, and he said, do you know what Don Mumaw did? He said, he put his finger in my face. Now I'm telling you, he says, nobody puts their finger in my face, says Goulet. And he said he put his finger in my face, and do you know what he said to me? He said to me, Bob, do you realize that if you were the only person on the face of this earth, Jesus would have gone to the cross just for you? And Goulet was just stirring soup, and he stopped, and he looked at me, and he says, what do you say to that? What you say is obvious. You say, thank you, Jesus. Thank you. Today's Ash Wednesday, when we're reminded of our own mortality. April 4th is Easter, when we shall hear the good news of the gospel of Jesus Christ and be reminded that if you, I mean the rest of us too, sure, but if you were the only person on the face of this earth, Jesus would have gone to the cross just for you. Happy Easter on Ash Wednesday. Now let's go wash our hands.